This is Miss Kennedy from Lone Tree Elementary, our fifth grade squad, and I am teaching you Math Chapter 7, Lesson 2 review. And our topic today is the wonderful order of operations, and it's our Common Core Standard fifth grade operations and algebraic expressions, number 1. And pretty much what we're trying to do is use math symbols in a particular order to solve an equation. You might remember the strategy that we use, PEMDAS, and we'll talk about that in a minute after we cover the mathematical practices. Number 1, I can solve problems without giving up. Number 5, I can use math tools and explain why I use them. Number 6, I can work carefully and check my work. Number 7, I can use what I know to solve problems. New problems, actually. Number 8, I can solve problems by looking for rules and patterns, and that's exactly what order of operations is, that practice number 8, using a strategy to solve a problem. So, I referred to PEMDAS a couple of minutes ago, and that is a mnemonic, which is a pattern that helps us remember something. So, we use PEMDAS and the phrase, "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally," to remind us which order we need to work in order to get the right answer in the order of operations setup. So, P, of course, for parentheses, E for exponents, M and D together, multiply, then divide, A, add, S, subtract. And we do that from a left to right direction throughout the entire math question, okay? We're not going to spend too much time on this particular example, but we do need to talk about the parentheses a little bit more. On the left side of your screen, you have the parentheses, but parentheses also means we need to understand brackets and braces. So parentheses first, whatever's in parentheses, okay, that will be the first operation that you do. So if there are brackets within the parentheses that look like the ends of a rectangle, you'll do that next. And then the third step will be the braces. It almost looks like a forehead, a nose, and a chin of a person in opposite directions. Those are braces. So you would do what's in parentheses first. That includes the brackets and then braces in that order. Then you would do your exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction in that order. So one of the things you need to understand, go back and listen to Mrs. Walsh's explanation of exponents. That lesson will help you better understand, but I put it in here as well, just as a refresher. So exponents represent multiplication. You have a base number, which is the larger number, and then you have a smaller number, which is like maybe you have a parrot on your shoulder. So your number has like a little parrot there. That's your exponent. It does not represent addition. So in the example that we're showing, 3 to the second power, or 3 squared, the exponent means squared or second power. It means for us to multiply 3 times itself, 2 times, all right? So 3 times 3 equals 9. You would not do addition. An exponent does not represent addition, it represents multiplication. So we had a quick review on parentheses, brackets, braces, and exponents. Now, let's take a look at this example. We're going to evaluate from left to right 28 plus, check out those brackets and parentheses, 2 times 4 to the second power divided by 8. Okay? So we've got parentheses, we've got braces, we've got brackets. So the braces are very last. Okay? So we're going to look at the braces as a very last possible evaluation in the pattern. We're going to go right for the parentheses where it says 2 times 4 to the second power. Remember, we start with P in PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So I'm attempting to put in our blank spaces here. Every time you do an order of operation, you should rewrite a new line for the numbers you have left. Rewrite the expression every single time. So we have 28. I don't know what goes on with the disappearing marks, but 28 plus. Now we're going to evaluate this section right here that's in parentheses. So we bring down the 2. 4 times 4 is 16. Okay? And we're dividing that by 8. Okay? So now our expression will read 28 plus 2 times 16 divided by 8. Now we're coming down to the brackets. Okay, we did the parentheses. Now we're going to work in the brackets. Okay, because over here to the left is addition. We're not ready for that. We're still on letter P in the PEMDAS. Okay, so now we're in the brackets. So we have 28 plus that 32. 16 times 2 is 32 divided by 8. So now we're going to divide 32 by 8 and we get 4. Now we're down to the braces. 28 plus 4 gives us 32. And we did that left to right. Okay, we did parentheses, the exponent, multiplication. We rewrote the equation. Okay, we continued with the multiplication. It was left to right because remember addition is on the outside to the left. And so we got 32. We did the division, 32 divided by 8, left to right. And then finally, addition. Now, you will not have every step of PEMDAS. Notice there wasn't any subtraction in this one at all, okay? So PEMDAS is just the strategy from which you use working left to right to solve the problem. Okay, we have reviewed the strategy PEMDAS for order of operation. We talked about the brackets and braces that also accompany the parentheses. So parentheses, brackets, and braces. We talked about working left to right. In an equation, we talked about exponents. We use that exponent as multiplication, not as addition, and emphasizing that we work left to right, and we do not always have every element of PEMDAS in every order of operations question, okay? So watch this lesson again, practice on your own, log into iReady, complete any assignments that you have, watch the previous lessons that have been done on exponents, multiplication, and division if you're still having trouble. And we believe that you have this, you've got it, and PEMDAS, this order of operations, takes practice. And if you don't use it and you don't understand the process of it, it's going to be really difficult for you to complete it. But keep trying, and we'll see you back online. Thank you.